alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
Well, if it isn't me old friend Kenneth.
You thought you'd get away from me, young Dominic.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bad Movie Cult podcast. Special episode today. It's St. Bloody Patrick's Day.
Ho, 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 ho. Doing a little dance.
How you doing, Ken, you little bollocks?
I'm not too bad, thank you, you silly bollocks yourself. We're all dressed in green, sitting here in the studio together, wearing novelty top hats and drinking some of the finest Irish stout.
I've got a pint of Guinness and a big old smile on my face.
And I've got a pint of smile and a big old Guinness on my face.
Anyway, it's...
Yeah, we'll do more of that later.
No doubt.
Whether you want it or not.
To celebrate St. Patrick's Day, we are going to be covering a classic Irish film. It is, of course, the 1993 movie Leprechaun.
The luck of the Irish is being packed and shipped to a little town in South Dakota whose luck may have just run out.
Really scared. Hello? I need the police. This is an emergency.
You can kill anything.
What the hell are you?
You just gotta know how to do it.
Leprechaun.
It's out. It's out of the crate.
So, Ken, St. Patrick's Day, what the fuck's all that about?
Dunno, mate, not Irish. I don't know, it's something about bloke with a stick and some snakes, I think. But no one really cares about that. More, I think a lot of English people just decide to go out, pretend to be Irish, and just drink heavily and care.
Anyway, Leprechaun. We couldn't think of a more of a better film to cover for St. Patrick's Day than Leprechaun.
Yeah, we will just be covering Leprechaun, by the way. We're not doing the rest of them, okay? It's a single film as far as we're concerned on this particular episode.
Maybe every St. Patrick's Day we'll release a new Leprechaun.
We'll do another one.
Yeah.
Yes, there's plenty out there. So,
yeah,
this will just be the original 1993 film, Leprechaun.
It stars Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun. Warwick Davis has been in every major film franchise since the 70s or 80s. He's been in the Star Wars films, he was an Ewok, and he's been in every subsequent film after that. He's been in it as a droid or an animated character. He does the, what's it called, the CGI work for it. He's been in Harry Potter, he was in Labyrinth, he was in Willow. Incidentally, there's a new series, Willow, coming out this year with Warwick Davis as Willow.
Bloody hell. That's a few years on.
And as Ken was saying, 5 Leprechaun sequels. Leprechaun 2, for example.
Oh, good one. That's a good name.
Leprechaun 3.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I can see where they're going.
Leprechaun 4 in space.
Aha.
Leprechaun in the Hood,
Oh, yeah.
Leprechaun Back to the Hood,
What the fuck?
and there's also been 2 without Warwick Davis, Leprechaun Origins with the guy from The Wrestling,
Oh, Hornswoggle.
and Leprechaun Returns,
Yeah.
which was 2018, which the guy from Astron 6 directed that.
Yeah, I think I've seen all of these films.
It also stars Jennifer Aniston in her first feature film, like starring role. Plays Tori Redding. She was also an extra in the film Mac and Me before this. Uncredited.
Was Warwick Davis in Mac and Me as one of the aliens?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's a shame.
Obviously, you know Jennifer Aniston from Friends and Office Space. It's probably her best film besides Office Space.
This one, yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed this.
This is directed by Mark Jones. He wrote and directed the film. This was his first film. He also did Rumpelstiltskin.
I've seen that as well.
Yeah, me too. And Triloquist.
And I've seen that.
Oh, man, that looks bad, that one.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just found a sort of niche, didn't he, there?
Charles Band.
Yeah,
Yes.
just not quite as successful as Charles Brown. This film, he gets credited for writing all of them just because it says characters created by.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets a writing credit on the rest of the films, even though he had nothing to do with them at all.
Warwick Davis, incidentally, has repeatedly accused Jennifer Aniston of denying that the film exists.
What, she's cancelled the film?
Yeah. She did reply to that, saying that she considers Leprechaun her first film success, but her beginnings as an actress embarrassed her. Although in a more recent interview I did see, she did speak about it as a cult classic, but she just can't watch it, I guess. But a lot of actors don't like watching that, especially early performances. Anyway, it's got an IMDb rating of 4.8 out of 10 and a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 27%.
That's harsh.
Got the plot for you, Ken, you ready?
Yes, hit me with it.
An evil, sadistic leprechaun goes on a killing rampage in search of his beloved pot of gold.
Oh, be Jesus.
And some taglines.
Yeah, if you must.
Your luck just ran out.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind that one.
The luck of the Irish just ran out.
Yeah, I see.
And then on the DVD cover, her luck just ran out.
Yeah. They didn't spend a lot of time, did they, thinking of alternative taglines to it?
Don't need it with a your luck just ran out
Yeah.
one. That's the best one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
I guess
go with
so,
that.
yeah.
What did you think of this one then, Ken?
Yeah, I like it. I like this. I've got the box set on DVD. I like the films. They're fun. They're bloody ridiculous, yes. But, they're fun. Enjoyable.
All of them?
Yeah. For what they are. I mean, come on. You're going to go Leprechaun in Space and Leprechaun in the Hood. You're not expecting it to be, like, groundbreaking, serious stuff, are you? So it's a bit of fun.
Yeah. I actually think they do get more fun and ridiculous the more they go on.
Yeah, which is odd, because this is a particularly weird and ridiculous film to begin with.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Let's crack on to it then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Start off, it's like a dungeon of a castle or something, and it's the leprechaun, and he's playing with his gold at the bottom of the stairs.
Yep.
He says, "Try as they will, try as they might, whoever steals me gold won't live through the night." Which is odd, because no one's stolen his gold.
Yeah, because he's got it. He's sitting there playing with it.
And that's it, cut, straight away.
Yep. Warwick Davis's accent is a little bit more like off, on and off, more so than ours. So he's not overly good at doing an Irish accent, and at some points he just thinks, fuck it, I'll not bother.
Yeah, it's like us, as you say.
Yeah. But fair play. He kept getting cast as the Leprechaun, so I was going to say he must have had something going for him, but I'm not sure it was his accent skill.
Yeah. If you watch this, you are shocked that it had so many sequels, to be honest.
I guess so. Yeah.
It did make a profit, though.
You get some films that have got any sequels whatsoever. Yeah, but even more so that Mark Jones wasn't involved in them. Why he didn't just pursue it, whether he'd sold the rights to it. He did this one and then just got rid of it all. And then the studio took it and made loads of other films. But it does seem odd that he didn't do them himself.
We cut to a limo speeding up a gravel path, and out steps some old fuck. He's down in a bottle of Jameson's. He's got the biggest trousers I've ever seen on a man, billowing out like parachute pants. It's like John Travolta-esque. His wife, she's shocked that he's turned up in a limo, and she's like, "What in the world have you gotten you into, Mr. O'Grady?"
Yeah, it is an odd opening, but what he's done there is he's got some gold, and he's got it in a little urn because he caught a leprechaun. To which she says, "Get away with you!" She's not having any of that.
Yeah, we never find out how.
No, he just says, "I just caught a leprechaun. They got me the gold. That's the rules. That's what happens. So we're rich. That's why I'm in a limo."
Yeah, she thinks it's his mother's ashes shipped from Ireland, but it's actually gold. Obviously, the wife doesn't believe him, offers to make him some tea.
Yep.
Mentions there's a storm brewing. Isn't there just?
Oh, damn it.
She hears something as she's making the tea coming from the bags on the floor. It's a child singing a nursery rhyme. I believe it's singing "Mary Had a Little Lamb."
I think so.
She bends down to listen to the suitcase that it's coming from and opens it. And out jumps some shiny little shoes. "You like me gold buckles on me shoes? I want me gold now," is what he says.
He does, yeah.
Do you like his gold buckles on his shoes?
Yeah, now you see, I was wrong with Lone Wolf McQuaid when I said somebody says, "You're a lone wolf, McQuaid," and nobody does. But I was 100% accurate when I used to say to people, "You see me hat? You see the buckles on me shoe? Why, I'm a leprechaun." Yeah. I didn't get to say that often to people, as it happens, but I did used to quote this, and I was spot on with this one.
Yeah.
But yes, I do like his buckles on his shoe. Very shiny, nice one.
He pushes Mrs. O'Grady down the stairs to the basement in a very painful-looking stunt, that first landing on the back of the head.
Yeah, there is a crack noise.
Yeah. And kills the old woman instantly. That's our first death of the movie. We're 5 minutes in.
Yeah. One down.
Mrs. O'Grady goes ass over tit. Mr. O'Grady, he's back. He's telling the wife he's hidden the gold in a super secret place that no one will ever find. It's so well hidden. I'm shocked that it's found 3 minutes later in the film. But anyway, we hear Mrs. O'Grady's voice echoing, asking him where he hid it. And I think if he'd have kept that up, maybe he would have said out loud where he hid it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give him that long, the leprechaun, because he jumps out, still using the voice. He's got the tea set out that his wife promised.
Yeah, he's got that tea. It's a lovely cup of tea as well, he says.
Yeah, he's very, very, very pleased with it.
Yeah, O'Grady, however, he's got a gun and a 4-leaf clover.
Don't all Irish people?
Yeah, which it's not what the leprechaun wants to see.
He says that your wife should have watched her step.
Oh yes, he's a one-liner villain, isn't he? Very much so, and and never funny.
In fairness, the leprechaun, he, as you say, he does compliment Mrs. O'Grady on her tea.
Yep, which is nice.
But when Mr. O'Grady whips out his 4-leaf clover, he cowers away. He doesn't like that at all, the leprechaun. And this is when O'Grady just shoots him off his chair. Yeah. Just backwards off the chair.
To be honest, the leprechaun gets shot an awful lot in this film.
More than I ever remember,
Yeah.
And it made me laugh every single time.
Yeah, it does get shot a lot, which it made me laugh as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's only a little fella, and I don't know what they were doing to make him just like be propelled backwards, whether they were actually just shooting him. he's got a like a vest on or something, or whether they were just like pulling him back with a harness. But every time it looks like, oh, there he goes. He only fires twice, and then he has to reload.
Yeah.
You think, what the fuck, Grady? What are you doing? Why have you only got 2 bullets in your gun?
Compared to the shotgun later that never needs reloading.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah. Totally empties that one.
I like how he gets up and you see him, like, obviously Warwick Davis struggles anyway with walking, but, I mean, on those high-heeled little boots,
yeah,
just watching him run is very...
He runs away with his arms in the air, doesn't he, to balance himself.
Yeah, and his legs just pretty much straight outwards. Anyway, he goes downstairs and... O'Grady follows him, sees his dead wife being propped up by the leprechaun.
Yeah, totally pointless this, because he knows she's dead.
Yeah, and you can see the leprechaun holding her head.
Moving her mouth like a little ventriloquist.
Not even moving her mouth, she's just dead, blood on her face, just staring at him. And she's like, "Hello, Dan, I'm okay. I just got a little kink in me neck." "Give him the gold, Dan. He's a nice little leprechaun."
Yeah, although he's murdered me and he's trying to kill you.
O'Grady shoots him again anyway.
Yeah, and for that he just picks him up while his little legs are kicking.
I couldn't believe that, yeah.
Just picks him up. I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
But no, he just picks him up, puts him in a crate and nails it shut.
Is that the end, is it? I was just like, what the fuck? And he's like, your bullets won't stop me forever. I'll keep coming back.
Yeah, but he puts a little 4-leaf clover. He just puts it on top of the crate and then nails him down. And then gasoline. He's going to burn him as well. So he does. He just pours gasoline all over. All the time, the leprechaun is giving him some trash talk, calling him shit and all that. And,
Danny boy, where's me gold, Danny boy?
Yeah, and then he says, careful, Danny boy, you might have a heart attack. Which we laugh off. Then O'Grady's got a great line where he says, burn in hell, you little green bastard.
Yeah. He kind of loses his voice at the bastard.
Yeah.
He's like, bastard.
Yeah, but because unfortunately he does have a heart attack. And he's gone. He's keeled over.
Yeah, the match goes out.
Yeah, the match goes out.
He also dragged his wife upstairs out of the way of the fire so he could, and that's what set off the heart attack. And yet, fades to black, cut to 10 years later caption.
Yes.
Cue some 90s country music.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song, isn't it? Yeah, it's the song 4-Leaf Clover.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yeah, but not the Metallica song.
That would have been weird, wouldn't it?
We've got a red Jeep. And a whiny little voice means only one thing.
Yep, here she is.
It's Jennifer Aniston.
Hi.
Complaining about spending the summer with her hick father.
This is like she's saying all this to her father, calling him a hick.
She's a typical city girl. She complains about not being in LA. There's no swimming pool, no shopping malls, no cable. I bet you don't even have a TV, she says. Which, is probably good. I mean, she doesn't have to watch any of the fucking Friends. It's on every single channel.
It's all royalties to her.
What's your thoughts on our heroine for the movie?
Annoying as shit, isn't she? Right from the off. She's just non-stop whining. And she doesn't really get too much more likeable throughout the film, to be honest.
Yeah, or the hero. Like the two main hero and heroines are not really likeable. It's the two side characters.
But I didn't like the kid either, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're only left with one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very odd. They go into the basement. Jennifer Aniston. This is Tori. We'll call her Tori, so we don't have to keep calling her by her real name.
Yeah.
So Tori and her dad go into the basement. There's actually a massive tarantula down there, isn't there?
I know, yeah.
It's like a huge tarantula down there.
It should be pointed out that the dad has bought the old O'Grady house.
Yeah, so he's got a great deal on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all you need to know about that.
He says, this is a great house. I got a great buy on it. And Tori's like, who from? Dracula?
Oh, what a burn there for her dad.
Yeah, and later on he says that we just need to throw a splash of paint around, and she's like, throw a couple of bulldozers around. The comedy is fucking terrible in this film.
Yeah, I'd like to see her try and throw a couple of bulldozers around.
Yeah.
You wouldn't throw a bulldozer at a house, would you?
I wouldn't, no.
Like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Managed to get the Hulk involved.
Yeah, but yeah, as you say, tarantulas.
Yeah. Massive tarantula. He's staying around their place there. We do see the crate. It's still got that little 4-leaf clover on top of it somehow. It's 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years that's been there.
Yeah. She shits herself at the spider. So she's going back to the Jeep. She's going to book a reservation at the nearest hotel.
Yeah.
And as she goes upstairs, she bumps into a young man that originally I called not Kevin Bacon.
It's true, it's not.
Yeah. He's got some paint. He's got a bucket of paint thinner in his hand, and she knocks it out of his hand as she bumps into him.
Because he's just walking totally oblivious to her, even though she's walking in the open. He's walking in the open. She looks behind her, which is her excuse. What the hell he's doing, not noticing her walk towards him, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it goes on the floor. She says, oh, sorry, here, does this cover it? And he says, you knock over my paint spill, and then offer me $20.
And so she gives him 40.
Yeah, it was just like, well, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I didn't understand why he was criticising that action.
Yeah.
I thought, well, what do you want?
You know what that's called, Ken? good old Southern hospitality.
Is
You
it?
can't piss on hospitality.
I won't allow it.
Anyway, yeah, it's like, just take the money, mate. It's fine. She said she apologised and gave you you want. Oh, I'm so sorry, and that's fine.
But that is apparently. He says, "Oh, you could apologise." I'm sure she did actually.
Yeah.
When she offered him the money, but whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. Anyway, it's all bullshit just to get them talking.
Yeah, this is Nathan anyway, not Kevin Bacon. Is Nathan? He's
Yeah.
got a sleeveless purple shirt on and a mullet. That's all you need to know about this guy.
Yeah, and she says, "Oh God, it's like there's horrible in there. It's got like spiders, cobwebs. It's dirty." And he starts just laughing at her and says, "Why are girls always afraid of spiders?"
He's like, it always makes me laugh.
Yeah, like this. Ha ha ha.
Oh no, you girls pathetic because you're scared of spiders.
Yeah, and she says, "Hey, look, man, we're equal. It's the 90s after all."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It's kind of like a reverse psychology that Jen falls for because she's 5 years old, and then she's like, "Dad, I'm staying."
yeah, Dad says, "Okay, we can leave." You know, he's just bought that fucking house, but he's already decided, because she's upset and in a bit of a mood, he's decided, fuck that house, we'll just burn it down and I'll just live with the loss.
Yeah, just because you don't like the fucking basement.
As long as she's all right, because she saw a fucking spider.
Yeah, I literally just bought this, so it's not the Ritz. What the fuck do you expect? It's been abandoned for 10 years.
But anyway, she says, "Hey, no way, man, we're staying." And she's just staring at Nathan throughout this whole thing while her dad's thinking, fuck's she looking at?
Yeah.
I'm stood right in front of her. Why is she not looking at me?
Nathan's doing the achy breaky heart dance in front of them as this is going on.
Wait, hold on, hello? We're breaking up. Wait. Okay, that's good. Okay, hi. I'd like to make a reservation. Yes, I'd like it to be a really tall room, and I want it to be very... Oh, great! Who are you?
I was a guy carrying some paint thinner.
Oh, okay. Here. Is that cover?
Oh, wait, hold on a second. You knock over my can of paint thinner, and then you offer me $20.
Okay. How about that? Will that do it?
No. Maybe you said you were sorry, it might.
I like what the dad's wearing here. He's got like a bright orange shirt on and like billowy 90s style with the skin-tight jeans. And then he looks to be wearing Woody's belt buckle from Toy Story.
Well, it is North Dakota.
Anyway, we meet Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure now.
Yes, I've written Francis from Pee-wee. He's in Teen Wolf, as well as the rubbery-faced big fella in the Teen Wolf team. He was also played John Wayne Gacy.
Yes.
Which is a huge departure from these kind of films, to be honest, because he's quite good at that as well.
He's part of Nathan's business, which is called Three Guys Who Paint. That's what's written on the...
Three Guys That Paint.
Oh, Three Guys That Paint.
Yeah.
It's him, it's Ozzy, and it's Nathan's little brother, Alex. Alex is dressed like, I don't know, looks like some kind of Dennis the Menace customer.
Yeah, I hated Alex throughout. At some point, I thought his name was Mike as well, so I've written Mike in a few of my notes, and I don't know why, because nobody's called Mike in this film.
Yeah.
But I did sometimes start writing Mike or Mikey. Don't know why.
Ozzy's kind of like a sort of dim-witted...
He's just like a adult child character, isn't he?
Yeah, he's wearing overalls and, brightly coloured T-shirt, and he's talking about UFOs and magic stars or some such nonsense. And we get Jen. She goes down to the basement, some drinks as a peace offering for Nathan, who throws a tarpaulin on her, and she falls over, spills all the drinks.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was about. What's he doing throwing tarpaulin at her?
He said, I didn't see you. It's like, how? She came down the rickety wooden stairs.
So she's the only other person there, Nathan. Why are you throwing tarpaulin anyway? Never answered.
No, this does wake up the leprechaun, though, in the crate.
Yeah, that's the only reason it was there.
And they actually go to open the crate, saying this might be where all of O'Grady's tools are kept or whatever. And that's when they hear Ozzy scream out.
Yeah.
And what's happened is Ozzy is covered in blue paint. They were painting the side of the house. Why the hell are they painting the house?
I've written that.
Bright blue and red.
I've written that. There's red and blue. What the fuck's that house going to look like when they've finished? Who's hired these three clowns?
Yeah.
Yeah, three guys that paint shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's on the other door.
2 girls, 1 cup's on the other door. Yeah, it's bloody ridiculous. It looks awful already. Ozzy's comedically covered in blue paint like he couldn't have been unless he's just got the makeup department to cover him in blue paint. It's like it couldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex, not Mikey. I've written Mike straight away. Alex is just laughing like he's done it on purpose or something about how stupid Ozzy is. And
Ozzy's like, Sharon!
and yeah, and then he just says, all right, well, look, I better go and get cleaned up. And off he goes to get cleaned up whilst they just stand there, hands on hips, shaking their head and go,
He really is a liability. I don't know why I employ him.
no, well, there we go.
As he's getting cleaned up in the house, he hears Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star,
Yeah.
sung by a child.
Yeah. It's the Leprechaun again. He's good at doing little singing voices, isn't he?
Is this because nursery rhymes are like, you don't need to pay for the rights or anything? They're like
I don't know.
public domain.
Maybe it's just like folklore and sort of he's old in it.
Yeah.
Stuff he knows. He's not going to sing a modern song because he's like been locked in a crate for 10 years for one. He was locked in a case. And, I don't know. I guess
WAP
so.
by Cardi B. Just starts singing that.
Not a clue what you're saying there. That is nonsense.
He goes down to the basement and the crate and brush it. And
Yeah, we get the hello.
Yeah.
You know, like it's possibly an actual child just sat in the basement singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Twinkle. That was hello, as that wasn't Lionel Richie again, by the way. It's not him again.
Hello.
Yeah, he brushes the 4-leaf clover off the top of the crate.
Yeah, you idiot.
And the leprechaun punches through the lid and he's free. And he says, Hey, Tubby, you got a light for an old leprechaun's pipe?
And then he gives us that line that I was fucking spot on.
Do you want to do the honours again?
No, you can play the clip.
What are you?
What do I look like, me lad? See the hat? The buckles on me shoes? Why, I'm a leprechaun.
This is where we find out that the leprechaun has some sort of shoe fetish.
Yeah, he likes shoes, doesn't he?
He offers to shine Ozzy's shoes in return for his gold back, but Ozzy has absolutely no bloody idea what he's talking about and ends up running back upstairs after he threatens to make a boot out of his ears or something.
Yeah. He tries a little bit of magic and closes the door, which is very much a little bit of magic. So he just opens it again and leaves. He's like, me magic must be a bit rusty, or something to that effect.
He says, me powers are weak, I need me gold. I've put his powers are weak and inadequate.
Old man, your powers are weak, old man. Is what Ozzy should have said.
Yeah.
I don't know how that sounded, to be honest.
Ozzy runs outside to tell the others about...
I'll do it into a pint glass.
Your powers are weak, old man.
Much better.
Thanks.
If you didn't hit the fucking microphone with the handle.
Oh, I'll try not to do it again. Bloody tankards.
What was that? Your
was my
ears?
headphones.
The headphones.
Your powers are weak, old man.
Not bad.
Thanks very much.
It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Ozzy runs outside to tell the others about the leprechaun, and obviously no one believes him. But then Nathan, for some reason, is like, oh, hang on a minute. He grabs a stick and he's like, let's head down there and see if Ozzy's telling the truth.
Yeah, because I've now got a very small stick.
Well, Ozzy does make fun of the size of his stick.
Yeah, of
Says,
course.
you're going to need a bigger stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go down there. There's nothing there. There's just a rat. That's what's making the noise. And he's like, I think we found your leprechaun.
Yeah, that happens again later, doesn't it, with a cat?
Yeah.
Where they just go, well, there you go, case closed, mystery solved.
Yeah.
You think, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it was probably just a rat then. Yeah, I'm there telling you it was like a 3-foot-high leprechaun dwarf bursting out of a crate.
With a hat and buckles.
Oh, no, it must have been, oh, yeah, it was a rat, actually, yeah. Silly me.
Yeah. They go outside anyway, and then a rainbow appears in the sky.
Yeah.
And Ozzy decides he's going to run and find what's at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And because you can't actually get to the end of a rainbow, we never see him again.
Some say he's still running now.
No, he does. He does eventually find the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, Alex runs after him. Obviously, Nathan says, why don't you go with him? Go with him, and I'll stay here and try and have sex with this girl. It's not actual dialogue, but,
It's pretty much what he says.
come on.
It's a sign.
Yeah, it's a sign, all right. It's time to get back to painting. Come on.
No. We gotta go see what's at the end.
Ozzy, you're embarrassing me.
Come on, go with me. We gotta get to the end of the rainbow. There's always a pot of gold.
Ozzy.
He's so easily sidetracked. Like always, I'll take care of it and get him back on the job.
Ozzy, come on. Oh, Alex.
Oh, come on, let him go chase rainbows. Let's you and I go paint. This is biodegradable, right?
It takes him to a rusted out nearby truck, which is on the same ground. So when O'Grady earlier on said, I've hidden it, what he'd done is he's put it in his truck.
Yeah, but he hasn't, because it's not there to begin with.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so, it's not there. It appears. So we never know where O'Grady hid it.
Yeah. Well, I assumed it, because he finds one coin, doesn't he?
If he finds a coin, yeah, but the rest of them appear, don't they? Afterwards. Because Ozzy and Alex, they have a little bit of gimme. And then Ozzy does the natural thing and just eats it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's biting it to test authenticity of gold and just swallows it like he's a dog or something.
Yeah, Ozzy does mention the leprechaun again. Alex tells him to shut up. I suppose we are being a bit harsh on O'Grady. He had downed a bottle of Jameson's before he...
I think, to be honest, they're able to walk at all, especially as he went to clean himself up, got back into a whole suit, and then came out. Came out for a cup of tea. Yeah, I'd have been fast asleep before that kettle was boiled.
And been violently sick everywhere.
Yeah, sick, probably choked on my own vomit.
Yeah, what a day.
Happy days.
When he does eat the fucking gold coin, Alex says, "Nice going, Jaws."
Yeah.
Is he referring to the shark?
It's got to be, really. What do you think, James Bond?
James Bond, yeah.
No, he didn't eat gold.
Chomped down on some metal, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's got, well, who knows? It's irrelevant.
Yeah, he starts getting excited as well, Alex, about what they could buy with the gold, and he comes up with the idea of taking one piece into town to Joe at the old collections shop.
Yeah, this is after the bag has appeared, by the way, in the truck, so Alex finds there's now a bag of gold coins.
Yeah. They're going to take one piece down to Joe, and then they're going to hide the rest in the old well.
Yeah, by the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of leaving it where it is, where nobody's actually even noticed.
Yeah.
So he could just leave it where it was. Still, no, we'll not do that. We'll put it nearer the house.
One of the ideas for spending money on was an operation to make Ozzy smart and to fix his brain.
Yeah.
And Ozzy says, "But I am smart," in a scene which just reminded me of, Tropic Thunder, Simple Jack, that Ben Stiller plays. It's a bit of that going on there in that scene.
I actually thought that was quite nice.
It is nice, yeah.
It's quite nice that, not from, I put Mike, not from Alex, but from Ozzy.
He is the only likeable character besides the Leprechaun.
Ozzy's just saying, he's there's nothing wrong with him. He's just, he's okay.
Yeah.
And he says, then other people won't laugh at you. And he says, what? You mean they laugh at me? He says, yeah, not so you see them, but behind your back. And I was thinking, what the fuck is wrong with you, kid? Ozzy, he's there living his life like he's just happy. He's just a happy kid. He doesn't know that it's wrong. He doesn't know there's anything wrong with him, so in which case there isn't anything wrong with him. So stop filling his head with this nonsense, you little shit. You smart ass, bloody long hair, dickhead views. God, it winds me up, this kid. Pisses me off.
Meanwhile...
Yeah, anyway, yeah.
You got, what's her name? Look, Tori and Nathan.
yeah, she's being taught how to paint.
I couldn't believe this. So it's just, for some reason, Nathan has to teach her how to paint.
Like in a scene where there's a couple on a date and the guy's showing the girl how to play pool by just basically leaning over the back of her, suggesting doggy-style sexual intercourse.
Yeah, he's.
I think that's what it means.
Yeah.
He's
not leaning and offering her to ride him.
No, not on this occasion. No, he's guiding her hand to
up and down.
Yeah, on a bit of wood to paint it. It's like
she was doing fine before.
It's like,
this is why I don't like this guy. He's like explaining everything to her, like she doesn't know how to use a broom. Like if he'd have handed her the broom, she'd have used the fucking other end or something.
Yeah, she just hit herself in the face.
Yeah,
with it.
And he's like, "Hey, you're a regular Picasso." It's
yeah,
like, fuck off, Nathan.
I mean that as well. If she doesn't even know how to paint a bit of wood, how is she supposed to know who Picasso is?
Yeah.
Plus, he was famous for abstract stuff. It's not like he did other stuff. He didn't just paint a bit of wood red. He'd have painted it all kinds of different colours and done different things. What a useless example.
Dear Mark Jones, when oh when will you realise that Picasso didn't paint houses?
He's not exactly Monet, is he?
Jen goes to the truck for some more paint, and
why do they need more paint? They haven't fucking done anything yet.
they painted one bit of wood.
Yeah, she's clearly only just started to paint. Well, they've run out already. How big's that paint tin? Useless bastards. It's their job, apparently.
Well, yeah, 3 of them. 3 guys,
Jesus.
1 paintbrush, or whatever they're called.
1 pot.
Yeah.
3 guys, 1 pot.
Yeah. She goes to the truck to get some more paint, and while she's there, ridiculously, she thinks that Nathan, who's just walked past her and has gone towards the house,
while she's walked away from the house,
has snuck somehow around her, crawled underneath the truck, and started caressing her leg.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did she think that's happening?
No, it's actually Warwick Davis in full leprechaun garb.
Yeah, it's not just him. It's not just Warwick Davis.
No, he's in costume. Yeah, he's starting to stroke her leg.
Yeah, you can even see Nathan in the background.
Yeah, and she's just, rather than just turn around like she could, she just goes, ooh. Yeah, and does all that, and just says, Nathan.
She realises anyway that it isn't Nathan, and that's when the leprechaun scratches her on the leg.
Yeah.
And runs off into the woodland behind the truck.
Have you ever hidden under a car and caressed a young girl's leg if you were particularly enamoured with her?
Let us know. badmoviecourt@gmail.com.
Oh, I was actually asking you, Dom.
Oh, no. Well, twice.
There's not enough There's not enough cars that are big enough, really, over here, is there? In the UK,
no.
You'd get wedged under a car.
Yeah,
and you'd just be like, shit. You have to wait for it to drive off and hope it doesn't drag you down the street. Yeah, so no, it doesn't happen over here.
I've done it under a horse. That's big enough. If that counts.
Bit more noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure crouching under a horse is a good idea at all.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Let me tell you.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
He makes cat noises. He hides in the tree and makes cat noises anyway. And that's enough to trick Jen's dad. Sorry, Jen. Tori's dad.
Yeah, because she screams and says, oh, something attacked me. I thought it was you, Nathan, stroking my leg from underneath a car. And he says, what the fuck are you talking about?
I only do that under horses.
That's absolutely mentalist. It's an insania thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does actually say, what, and you let me? And then stares at her like, blah, 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 blah. And her dad's just like, what the fuck? And he says, yeah, I know what it's like to have a man caress my leg, also in front of her dad. And he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, so he goes and gets himself hospitalised so he can have none more of this.
Yeah.
Can't take any of this.
He says, it's just a cat, and it sounds like it's in pain. Let me go and get it out of the tree.
Yeah, and I hate the noise of cats. I don't like cats anyway, but I suppose it's less annoying if you can see the cat that it's making a noise. But if you just hear a cat noise from off screen, it's just irritating. And obviously, it's not a cat. But yeah, he sticks his hat into some sort of his hand into some wooden stump, like in Flash Gordon,
isn't it, of a tree. Yeah,
really Flash Gordon, like he's going to get attacked by some sort of scorpion jelly monster, whatever the fuck that was.
Yep, and the leprechaun bites his hand.
But even worse, it's Warwick Davis. Which would have been an interesting thing if that was in Flash Gordon. Just Warwick Davis in a tree stump. You got Timothy Dalton sticking his hand in. Look out, Warwick Davis is in there.
Oh, I need another can of paint.
Oh, okay. Well, you just watch how a pro gets a can of paint.
All right, well, let me get a rag first, all right? Go ahead.
Nathan. Nathan, come on. What are you doing? Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez. Honey, are you okay? I heard you scream. Oh.
I thought that was you rubbing my leg.
You let me?
That's not the point. Something was rubbing my leg, like caressing it. And it ran off over there.
It's probably just an old possum, honey.
No, Dad, that was not an animal. Okay, I know what it feels like when a man caresses my leg.
You do?
Look, we gotta get these cuts cleaned up.
Yeah, I should probably go look for that animal, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, well, why?
Might have rabies.
Great.
It was a cat. I think we found your secret admirer, honey.
It wasn't a cat.
Sounds hurt.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty, kitty, kitty.
What?
That cat bit me.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Pressure on it.
They end up taking him to the hospital. This gives the chance for Ozzy and Alex to go and get the coin valued. The guy's called Joe, and he looks at the coin, and it also should be pointed out, as they drive off, Warwick Davis, the leprechaun, jumps on a tricycle.
Yeah. Now, you know, like you mentioned in the Hood, Leprechaun in Space and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've actually written every time the Leprechaun is in or on something that could have potentially been a sequel.
Right.
And on this occasion, I did write Leprechaun on a tricycle.
Yeah.
So that could have been a sequel. Already had Leprechaun in a crate. But obviously that's very limited to what he could do. He had to get out the crate, obviously, there. But yeah, I've written that down. So, look forward to those as we go on. There's an awful lot of situations where the Leprechaun is on or in stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, go.
Yeah. And for some reason or somehow, he manages to keep pace with the van, with the truck. Because as they head into Joe's collectibles, he pulls up outside on his tricycle.
Yep.
Joe has a little look at it, says it could have historical value, could be very valuable, could be worth $500 or even more than that. I'd like to keep it overnight.
They say, yes, okay, then that's fine.
Can I have a receipt for that? Of course you can. I'm a respectable business owner.
Called Joe.
Yeah.
Collectibles and coins.
And once they've gone, he starts looking through his big old book of coins. Goes to open his safe, and a tricycle rolls into him.
Well, no, he hears the bell first. He hears the trike bell. So he goes and has a little look and goes, I must be hearing things. Which you'd think, okay, maybe that's accepted that you could be hearing things. And then he goes back to his safe, and then a tricycle rolls into him after the bell rings again. And he still thinks, oh, well, that's nothing unusual.
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with Joe? Why does he not think that's weird?
He seems totally fine about it.
He does, though, doesn't he? He's just like, hello? Oh, okay, I'll just move the tricycle and carry on then. That just happens all the time. I get hit by inanimate objects.
He opens his safe, and out jumps a fucking leprechaun.
Leprechaun in the safe. There we go. There's another one.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's like, what?
Starts biting him on the knee. Have you ever taken leprechaun to the knee before, Kenneth?
Not me. No? I know 3 people who have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only one of them speaks of it. Don't know how I found out about the other 2, to be honest.
Leprechaun decides to kill the guy with a pogo stick.
Yep.
It's probably the kill that most people remember from the film.
Leprechaun on a pogo stick. There's another one for you.
He starts singing.
I want me gold coin. Me coin! It's not nice to steal gold coins from a leprechaun. Bad shop owner. Bad shop owner. I'll be back. Now we're going to play. Do you want to play with me?
Oh, no! No!
This old Lep, he played one. He played pogo on his lawn. Teach you to steal me gold.
Imagine if that's how you died. A dwarf on a pogo stick kills you, Ken. Can you imagine that?
On your gravestone. Killed by a dwarf on a pogo stick.
If that happened to you, I'd be like, well, it's how we wanted to have gone.
It was inevitable, really, the way he lived his life.
That was always going to be the reason.
He often said to me he thinks this will be the way he goes.
Yep.
If he ever goes.
Addicted to it. He's hitting up 2, 3, 4 pogo stick dwarfs a night. Anyway, kills Joe.
Yeah, he
shines his shoes.
He then gives him a little shoe polish and says, you'll bounce back in no time. Another little ridiculous one-liner. It's unnecessary again, but still.
He finds his first coin of the film.
Yep.
And also a tiny toy car.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Which he uses to drive back to the house. And he's took the pogo stick with him and a stuffed animal, I think.
Yeah, leprechaun in a car. That's another one.
Yeah. Ends up getting pulled over by the dumbest police officer on the force.
Yeah, he's got no point in this either, has he?
He thinks the leprechaun's a child in a leprechaun mask.
Yeah. Only a little late for you to be out at so young, or something like that. And he says, "Why, I'm 600 years old." Something like that.
He's like, "Sure you are." And
yeah, little bollocks.
And the leprechaun's like, "It's not nice to make fun of a leprechaun." And he scratches the cop's face off.
Yeah, he just grabs his face, doesn't he?
Yeah.
With his little claws.
Removes his gun and chases him into the woods.
He looks at the gun and he's like, "Ooh," and then he just pulls it out of the holster and just throws it away. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, with the amount he gets shot, I don't blame him.
He's as far away from firearms as he can.
Yeah. As I say, he chases the police officer into the woods.
This is like the Evil Dead woods, isn't it? This,
yeah, but shit.
Yeah, but really poor, and it's Warwick Davis instead of an unknown like spiritual entity.
Yeah,
Warwick Davis instead,
teleporting around the woods.
Yeah,
I actually timed that from the moment he attacks the policeman to the moment the policeman's dead. It's 5 minutes of the film.
Yeah, it's a needlessly long piece. The policeman falls over, and this is just the very start of everyone falling over for no reason whatsoever in this film as well.
Yeah,
and I've written that down as well because I hadn't noticed people fall over as much before. Obviously, I noticed O'Grady's wife go down the stairs. That was quite noticeable.
It's very perceptive of you, Ken.
I was writing notes, mate.
Just look up and like, where's she gone?
I was like, oh,
like triggering Only Fools and Horses.
I thought she was making tea. No, but that everybody falls over at every opportunity in this from now on. Whenever there's any chase scenes, because Warwick Davis is quite limited, as Dom said, in his movement, especially when he's wearing those shoes. And I think that you could probably run off from him to the point of him never knowing where you'd gone over a prolonged period. But so everyone has to fall over, and so many people fall over. It's amazing. This is the first one. This cop's just falling over whenever he can.
Yeah, it's like there's like one prolonged shot of them from the top of the screen to the bottom of them running away.
Yeah,
and the policeman makes up so much like ground.
Yeah,
like he's so far ahead of Warwick Davis by the time they pass the camera.
And then just has to stop.
Yeah,
he just has to stop and fall, and then think, "Oh, I think I've lost him."
Yeah,
by just not moving anymore. If he'd have just carried on running, he's sorted. No worries.
This is into shot where like you get scenes of the diner, but just to cover the whole cop thing first, he ends up teleporting around and confusing the police officer.
Yeah, playing peekaboo.
Before landing on his shoulders, he'd have got Warwick Davis's cock and balls on his neck. That's the last thing he would have felt before he died.
That's Leprechaun from Above, another sequel that I've written.
And he ends up breaking the policeman's neck. And as I say, that from start to finish is 5 minutes long.
Yeah, that is it's a long and unnecessary scene.
Meanwhile, at the diner, Jen...
speaking of annoyingly and unnecessary scenes, there is one right now.
Tori's, she's upset because they don't have watercress salad and Evian water on the menu.
Jesus Christ.
I was actually thinking that this place probably has just breakfast, lunch and dinner like in My Cousin Vinny when they go to the diner.
Just 3 options.
Yeah. This is like more of the old fish out of water shtick about Tori not liking rural life and being from the big city. He says, "Oh, there's water." But to be fair to Jennifer Aniston's character, what he's eating looks fucking disgusting.
Meatloaf.
I would do anything for love.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, and she says... And this is very perceptive of her, for the time especially. But she says, meat is just a cut-up dead cow.
Yeah.
But it is, though, yeah. But yeah, she says that like that will disgust him because he's a stupid painter or something. I don't know. But she seems to think that will make him go, what?
I like how he says, "Oh, you've got to eat," and slops a bit onto his bread plate that he had his little roll on before. just a bit of like, just look like half-chewed meatloaf. Fucking, oh, that's nice, yeah. And then he takes the fucking, the trainer off her, doesn't he? He reaches under and takes her shoe off and like, what do you think this is? This is dead cow too.
Yeah, you stupid bitch.
Yeah,
yeah, what a hypocritical twat. You wear shoes, but you don't eat meat.
You get the feeling that's Mark Jones writing that, just like, yeah, you bastards who tell me. He's probably met a vegetarian and he's just like, fuck you all.
Yeah, she says, I don't kill living things and I feel very strongly about this. Yeah, and then that's the end of that scene. So that's a waste of time as well.
Yeah. The only thing from that you can get that advances the story is that we find out that the dad is in the hospital for the night. So that's why you don't see the dad now for the rest of the film. Meanwhile, we go back to the house and the leprechaun's there. He's rooting through the place trying to find the rest of his gold.
I'm looking for me gold.
We find some Lucky Clover cereal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, originally they had permission to use Lucky Charms. But General Miller, who produced Lucky Charms, when they saw the final film, they took that permission away from them.
Is he a real general?
No, it's just a General Miller.
Is he? Is he just not specified what kind of milling he does?
Yeah.
He just mills whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, though, he does eat some of the cereal and spit it out and throw the box on the floor, so that's maybe why. But he is also a fucking leprechaun, so...
Why would he be eating cereal?
He just takes
it. He
it.
ate a bug earlier.
Yeah.
He liked that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, why would you not put it anyway? He starts pulling his little leprechaun penis all over some shoes he finds. Until the gang turns back up at the house. The place is absolutely trashed. All the shoes are polished, though. And I like it because Nathan...
Yeah, this is a good suggestion of what's happened.
Yeah, you know what a trashed house and shined shoes is a surefire sign of, Ken?
I think I do, yeah.
What is it?
I've lived out there in the boondocks.
Yeah. Bears, yes.
It's a bear, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's at least one bear and potentially more.
Yeah. Shiny shoes and cereal half chewed and spat out. That's definitely bears. And Jennifer Aniston says, a bear? Great. My dad had to bring food in the place. It's like, well, yeah, he lives there.
Yeah.
Who's going to have food?
Yeah, what a dickhead my dad is who's in hospital.
Yeah.
You know, due to me getting my leg felt up by a leprechaun. Yeah, well, God, I hate my dad. I wish he was dead.
What a hick piece of shit.
Yeah.
They notice the shiny shoes, as we say, and Ozzy points out, oh, the leprechaun, he offered to shine my shoes for me.
Yeah.
Shine them up real nice.
Everyone tells Ozzy to shut up.
Yeah, Idiot. None of them are buying it. And they all start cleaning the place up. Nath hits Jem with a, hey, you know how to work one of these, right? That's what I was talking about before in reference to the broom. Just like, oh, piss off, Nathan, you idiot.
Yeah, it'd be great if she did the Cynthia Rothrock staff spinning around like that and just twatted him in the face with it.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Ozzy finds like a bike bell and starts...
Yeah, it's the little trike bell that we had earlier on, isn't it, from that bit?
Yeah, it's like a jump scare, I guess, where they look around and Ozzy comes out from behind the books or whatever, and he's got this bell. And then they hear ringing again. They blame Ozzy. They realise it isn't him and it's coming from outside. So Nathan goes out. Ozzy actually asks Alex as well before Nathan goes out if he thinks he could kill a leprechaun. And Alex said, yeah, I had a .357 Magnum. I mean, it's fair enough because O'Grady nearly killed him with a 6-shooter from the Old West. And he was drunk as fuck, so yeah, fair enough, he probably could kill him. Anyway, Nathan, he ends up falling over, arse over tit. Arse over tit.
Arse over tit.
And onto a fucking bear trap.
Yeah. He falls over pretty much nothing as well, doesn't he? It's because they hear the bell again, and Ozzy's just sat there with the bell, not touching it.
Mm.
You know, he's not touching his bell at this point.
No.
Alex, I think he's touching it, but... yeah, we'll move on.
He's only simple, Ozzy. He doesn't realise that's wrong. Anyway,
he trips over nothing, falls on a bear trap, and then lets us know that, ow, my leg, in case we didn't know where that bear trap was hurting him.
You ever taken bear trap to the knee, Ken?
Yes. 7 times. I've been particularly unfortunate. It was the same knee and the same bear trap. In quick succession. All in one night.
The leprechaun appears in front of Nath now and dances around, talking shit to him.
So now that he's just showing himself, so he's been doing all the hiding, he's done all that bollocks, and now he's just like, right, actually, forget it.
Yeah.
I'll just go and show everyone that I really do exist and stop all this nonsense.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, looks like you're hurt. Let's play surgeons. He takes out a little hatchet.
Yeah, and Nathan beats the shit out of him.
That
with
made
the
me
torch.
laugh out loud, yeah.
Beats the fuck out of him, doesn't it?
There's no other horror icon that gets beaten up as much as the Leprechaun.
He's got his like maglite torch. He beats the shit out of the Leprechaun with it.
The gang come out to help. Alex hits him with a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Tori's got a stick. They don't seem that bothered that he's a leprechaun anyway.
No, they just decide to fight him. Yeah.
Plus
Alex, go and get the shotgun.
That's what I mean. The plan's all wrong. They've got the idiot phoning the police.
Yeah.
And they've got the child getting the shotgun.
Yeah, but Tori had the shotgun earlier, and she just obviously left it behind. When they heard Owl cries for help, she thought, I better put the shotgun back down and go and see what's happened. Yeah, so Alex, go and get that. Ozzy, go and bring the cops. Unfortunately, he's on the cops, on the line to the cops, and he gives us the attack has started. We're under attack. The leprechaun's coming. He's killing and all this. And the cops are like, oh, God.
It's like, send the Navy, the Army, all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And the police are like, what was it, UFOs last week? And then the Carl Weathers character, the sheriff.
Yeah, if only.
Looks very out of place. It looks like he's actually a sheriff of a small town, this man.
He looked like in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It looks like the old guy wearing a wig. He burns the tree down with his cigar.
Yeah, Uncle Lewis.
I thought it was him.
So what's the matter with you?
I thought it was him.
Yeah, he's like, leprechauns, oh, that's a good one. And he's fucking, god damn it, he looks like he should be. I actually looked up that guy, and he was in Squirm, the killer worm film.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a good one.
And he definitely fits in there, because they all look like that in that film.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Cut to Alex shooting the leprechaun in the chest with a shotgun, and he goes flying back, as Ken was alluding
Alex
to.
actually does fall over whilst he's running with the shotgun towards Nathan.
Blows his own head
Well,
off.
he could have done, because he actually drops it whilst he's facing him.
Yeah.
And he drops it, then Nathan picks it all up, and shoots the leprechaun point blank with the shotgun across half the desert.
He goes flying into... And then Nathan, he gets free of the bear trap and does his best Thornton Reed blind firing into the bush impression.
Yeah, that's again after Ozzy runs back out the house, and he also falls over whilst he's running back to where they are. That's two falls in exactly the same place by two different characters for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, how many bullets does it hold? I don't know.
About
the pump action
600,
shotgun. I think so, because he just empties it into nothing.
You ever blind fired into the nearest bush, Ken?
Many, many times. But those Playboy days are behind me.
Ozzy tells them that he asked for the army, the navy, and an ambulance, and they all eye roll because he says that he told them about the leprechaun. And they head back to the house. We're going to have to ring them again because they're not going to believe this shit. Unfortunately, the phone's dead this time.
Oh, God.
They decide to take Nathan to the hospital to keep Daddy Orange Shirt company.
Yeah, I mean, he's got nothing else to do, has he?
So they head to the truck, but it won't start.
We do get the Nathan, that was no fucking bear. That's a Tory line.
Yeah.
You know, just because she knows.
But she still doesn't believe it's a leprechaun.
No, but she does know what a bear is. So,
Yeah.
you know, she's learned a lot in her time there. So well done to her. Nathan was, are you sure? Do you even know what one is?
Do you know why the truck won't start, Ken?
It's usually a distributor issue, which was why they had to get Alex to go and fix it when they were trying to take their dad to the hospital. I wonder, could it be something similar here?
No, it turns out it's because there's a leprechaun in the hood.
That's exactly what I've written. Yes, I've written leprechaun in the hood.
Brilliant.
Superb. Yes, it is. I'm very pleased about that. Yeah, I've written that as well. I actually put leprechaun in truck. Then I crossed truck out and wrote hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then an exclamation mark, so I was pleased.
Yes, the other one was purely factual from you there.
I put truck hood. just to make sure that I knew what it was, rather than I didn't know it was.
You read it and just go, Leprechaun in the Hood?
I was, I don't know, just fucking skip to the fourth film.
Yeah, the Leprechaun jumps out, smashes through the windscreen and bites Ozzy in the side of the head, or I think the ear or whatever.
It's his ear.
Tori, she burns him on the nose with a cigarette lighter to get him out of there.
Yeah, and he runs off again.
He runs off and drives back through, smashes the wood to pieces on the barn.
Well, first of all, Mike, I think it's not called fucking Mike, is it? Alex. Ozzy's there going, my ear. And Alex just full on slaps Ozzy across the face and tells him to shut up and calm down. Fucking hate that kid. He's been bitten on the ear by a fucking leprechaun.
It's like, you still complaining about that, are you?
It's like it's literally just happened. He's in pain. He's screaming, ow, my ear. And he just slaps him across the face. He's a grown man. And this kid's slapping him across the face and telling him to shut up. God.
My ear! He got my ear!
Hey, chill! What the heck is he doing in there?
Anyway, carry on, sorry.
He bursts out the barn in some sort of mini Mad Max.
Yeah, I put like Death Race 2000 car.
Like something out of Robot Wars. It's got a pitchfork on the front of it, and he hits the truck on the side with such force, this little go-kart, that it manages to barrel roll the truck down the hill.
Yeah, because he's over his 600 years, he's also learned engineering and some like welding and all that kind of stuff. He's built his own car.
A ring around the rosy, a bucket full of posy. Faster. Ashes, we all fall down.
They're all fine anyway. They run back into the house. Nathan.
They're actually all fine to the point of they're not even in there when he opens the door. They're that fine that they've escaped before he's even got out of his car to have a look. Yeah, I thought, man, that's amazing, that stuff.
Yeah.
As they run away from him, whilst he's now chasing them, Nathan falls over. There's another fall for you. Nathan just falls over, although he is injured, I'm guessing. And he goes to grab his leg, and as he goes to grab him, they shut the door, and it cuts the leprechaun's hand off.
Does, yeah. But the hand falls outside of the door. Or do they throw it out? Do they kick it out?
No, it lands inside.
Yeah.
And then it climbs up.
Oh, of course, you're right. Yeah.
And it actually lets the leprechaun in. which is, if it had fallen outside the door, they'd have been stuck. But no, it actually fell inside, and it just climbs up the door and opens the door, and he reattaches his own hand, and we don't have to worry about that special effect.
Yeah, he disappears off for some ointment or something. Tori remembers that she has a cell phone now. It's 1993. It's probably quite unique to have one of those, I imagine. And she calls the police, but the battery does die halfway through the call.
It is a big old fucker, though, isn't it? That cell phone.
It's like the size of your laptop now.
Yeah.
It's like a mobile phone back then, or a cellular phone.
Yeah, the sheriff, he now believes it because somebody other than Ozzy, the big man-child, has called him. Call the deputy and get him over there as soon as possible. Deputy says, I'm on my way right now. I'll let you know if I need any help. Turns out it's bloody Leprechaun. It's Leputy.
Yeah, he's
As I haven't written down, but I wish I had. It's the Leputy.
Yeah, he's got the dead policeman in the cruiser alongside him on the passenger side, but he has got the radio, and he's altering his voice.
So does that mean that he's dragged that policeman all the way back into his own car for no reason whatsoever?
Yeah, instead of leaving him out in the woods, in the cruiser that anyone driving past will spot.
Yeah, excellent work. Anyway, cut back to Tori. She's furious about leprechaun talk from Ozzy. It's not a leprechaun! She shouts and beats Ozzy about the face until he's dead.
Yeah.
Almost.
She refuses to believe it was a leprechaun despite seeing his hat, seeing the buckles on his shoes.
Stroking her leg?
Yeah, she does not believe any of that.
No, she's absolutely furious about the whole suggestion, even though she's witnessed everything that we've just witnessed.
Yeah.
No one else seems to care anymore. Everyone's like, yeah, it probably was, actually.
Yeah. And then Ozzy, in the heat of debate,
Oh,
lets it slip about the bag of gold they found earlier, much to Alex's chagrin.
Oh, yes. There's a little conversation where she and Alex have a chat, and she says, "You can't just keep this gold." And he says, "But it's to fix Ozzy's brain." She says, "But you can't fix Ozzy's brain." Alex says, "I know, but Ozzy doesn't know that." I'll tell you what else Ozzy doesn't know. He doesn't know there's anything wrong with his fucking brain. So will you shut up pretending that it's all for like some massive cause that you're doing this to help Ozzy? He's happy. He's
wanted
just
it for
happy
comic
as he
books.
is. Yeah, he just wants to buy some comics. There's nothing wrong with him. You little bastard. God, he pisses me off, this kid. Trying to make out that he's doing it all for some noble cause. Ozzy's fine as he is. Jesus, little shit. God.
Jesus, little shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll refer to him as that from now on, instead of Alex or Mike.
Yeah, she goes outside to reclaim the gold, and she wants to give it back to the Leprechaun. She does retrieve it out of the bucket, and he does pop up into frame. She hands it over to him, and he is delighted.
Yeah, he's very happy. A little CGI appearance, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just suddenly just morphs into scene.
He sexually assaults Jennifer Aniston, he's so excited.
Yeah, well, we've all thought it.
He says, "Me golden, delicious gold."
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's on about there. I think it's because he's biting it as well to test it's real.
Well, he does. He goes out and he counts it and finds out that there's one missing.
Oh, shit.
The one that Ozzy swallowed earlier.
Oh, must have been a point behind it. It's a stupid thing to do, so there must have been a reason.
They all think it's fine. She goes back. She's very fucking pleased with herself.
Yeah, she says that's all sorted. Nice one.
Alex heads for the fridge.
Get some ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some ice for Ozzy's ear.
And out pops the Leprechaun.
That's right. There's a sequel, Leprechaun in the Fridge. I've written it down. There it is.
And then he starts doing his teleportation thing, going into the cupboards of the kitchen.
Yep, that's another sequel, Leprechaun in the Cabinet.
Nathan's turned to be sexually assaulted as he opens the drawer and grabs him by his little bollocks.
I tell you what, he lets out some almighty roar there, doesn't he? I thought that was the best acting ever. I actually, I paused it just as he reached out and grabbed him. And it really looks like it's hurting him. It looks great. He's just like, his head just like raised to the sky. It's just like, I wonder if he is doing it. Because he's not that good acting throughout the rest of the film. But yeah, I did actually, I did notice that.
For some reason, Leprechaun decides to fumble his way down the chimney for another laugh out loud moment for me because...
Yeah, Leprechaun in the Chimney, another sequel I never did.
Because he awkwardly falls... It's not the joke that made me laugh, because he fumbles down the chimney and he's like, right. He's like, I'm right here and I ain't no Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually the shotgun blast, point blank, which is the response to the joke from Nathan. There's no witty quip between them. He just shoots him.
Yeah, he doesn't even get anything, does he? No.
And he flies across the room and he's just face up on the fucking ground. He pretends to be dead to give us another jump scare, I guess, and then runs off into the house. So again, we've got to watch as the gang Elmer Fudd their way through the place.
Yeah. He does say, he says, you can never catch a leprechaun. I was like, well, O'Grady did, didn't he? That was the whole fucking point of the film. So, you know, he can't be that good. He was like an old drunkard.
We're going to get one of Ken's sequels now because he's on a skateboard.
Here it is. Yeah, Leprechaun on a skateboard. I've written it.
Yeah. Another shotgun blast to the chest.
Yeah.
Followed by a scene that's ripped right out of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, it is, yeah.
When the phone rings and he pretends to be is it the police he pretends to be?
Yeah.
Tori answers it, and instead of the tongue, it's actually a tiny skeletal hand.
Yeah, he says, I'll come and give you a hand, or do you need a hand?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. It's his little hand.
A very tiny little hand. Not quite as good as the tongue that Freddy uses.
It's a bit like the Scary Movie hand, isn't it? Just coming through the phone.
It's at this point Ozzy comes up with the idea of going to visit old Grady.
Yes, he's not dead. From
Yeah,
that
I thought he
part.
was dead.
Yeah, he's not actually dead at all, so that's good.
He's at the retirement home, and maybe he's got a way to help us defeat the Leprechaun.
He stopped him once.
They let Tori escape to go and find O'Grady by distracting him with throwing some shoes at him, and he starts polishing them right away.
Yep.
Now, she drives off in her dad's Jeep, and to complete the wheel-based transport that the Leprechaun appears to be
Here's
using...
another sequel for you.
He appears behind her on some rollerblades.
Yeah, Leprechaun on roller skates. There's the next one. I like the way that they've Tori's the one who's going, even though Tori's the only one who doesn't know who O'Grady is. Send the person who's never even heard of him.
Yeah, well, I mean, who would they send? You got Nathan with one leg. You got Ozzy or bloody Alex.
Yeah, all right. Shut up.
She makes it to the retirement home, past the sleeping guard, and she goes into his room.
Oh, God, classic.
Instantly, I'm like, oh, it's a leprechaun there.
Yeah.
Look at his hair, it's the leprechaun.
It's the classic case. Yeah, she sneaks in. The security guard's asleep. Bad rap, obviously. But, yeah, he is pretty shit, to be honest.
I thought it was the same guy who played the police officer that was killed.
I thought it looked a bit like him as well. Maybe it was. Yeah, and she gets to the room, and he's just facing away from her in a wheelchair. And you know the rules. If someone's facing away from you and you're talking to them and they make no sort of motion to turn around, just leave.
Yeah.
She doesn't. And who is it? Is it O'Grady? It's the Leprechaun, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just spins himself around at the last minute and he's like, ooh.
It's a bit elaborate.
Yeah, it is. I don't even know how he got there first. Because he was like hoisting himself out of a fence last time we saw him. I don't know how he got there. I don't know what's the point of that transportation thing.
Yeah.
Because he emerged like through magic, didn't he? When she went to give him the coins back.
Mm.
So what the hell's the point of him just riding around on roller skates all the time?
He chases her he's in a wheelchair and he chases her down the corridor in some sped up footage.
I've got that for you as well. Leprechaun in a wheelchair.
Apparently, they had to cut this like a long shot of her running because Warwick Davis just could not keep up at all.
No, it looks that way as well.
And she ends up getting into the elevator, manages to close it, and she escapes him. And then inexplicably, I don't even know. I can't even work out the.
No, there's really no reason for this.
I can't even work out the physics of how this happens. But O'Grady crashes through the ceiling of the elevator.
It's a good job he told us who he was, because you can't even recognise him either, can you? So he just says, hey, the Leprechaun, he came back for me. Yeah, and we thought, it's O'Grady. Okay, that makes more sense.
I thought like maybe he's in the retirement home because he's like bedbound and after his heart attack. He seems fine. Well, I say he seems fine.
I think he's there because he keeps riding on the roof of elevators. So they've put him there to stop him from doing it.
Yeah.
But the security guard's asleep and has failed to stop him from doing it tonight.
He ends up telling her that she needs to get a 4-leaf clover. That's how to stop him.
Yeah, it has to touch his body.
And then O'Grady succumbs to his injuries and dies. 10
years later than we all thought he had.
Yeah, and offered really nothing. The only reason he's in this is so they know about the 4-leaf clover, I guess.
Yeah.
Now she heads back to the house anyway. She's looking for a 4-leaf clover in the you know how easy they are to find, just in the grass outside the house.
Yeah, well, there's a clover patch, isn't there?
Yeah.
That we didn't know about.
Yeah.
It's also like sort of like luminescent green clover patch.
Yeah.
Shining green at them.
The Leprechaun turns up again.
Yeah, he's just there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another chase.
Towards the police car. Where
she falls over, by the way, during that chase.
Yeah.
She does fall down.
She finds the cop in the passenger's seat.
Yeah.
The Leprechaun's trying to get in the car. She ends up sticking him right in the eye with the nightstick that the policeman was using earlier.
Yeah, but he threw that earlier.
Yeah.
He needlessly threw that into the woodland thinking, I hope I hit him.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't know where he was. He just threw it as his only weapon because his gun had gone. Yeah, but I wrote that down. I thought, what the fuck's he throwing that for?
Yeah.
And now it turns out that, I don't know, Leprechaun maybe picked it up, brought it back with him.
Maybe he had 2 on a chain like nunchucks. Anyway, sticks him in the eye. He rips the door off. And what he does now, I thought was pretty cool. He takes the eye from the policeman.
He does, yeah.
And sticks it in his own head to replace the eye that he lost. I kind of liked that bit.
Yeah, and he gives us an eye for an eye.
and then is quickly shot, shotgun blast in the chest.
Yeah, it's the 4th time he's been shotgunned. He's been shot more than this, but this is the 4th like point blank shotgun he's received.
It's Nathan and his unlimited ammo, and they head back to the field where they can all have a look, and it's Tori who ends up finding the 4-leaf clover that's glowing.
That's only because Ozzy says, "You've got to believe." That's what he says. He says, "You just have to believe." Because she says, first of all, she's like, "Right, we got to go back to the clover patch and look for it." And then immediately when she gets there, she goes, "Oh, God, it's no use. We'll never find it. What's the point?" And it's like, well, it was your idea. But still, Ozzy then decides that you just have to believe. We all have to believe, and then we'll find one.
That's when I was Spielberg film.
Yeah, and it turns out that is true, because as soon as she thinks, "Oh, okay," there it is. She finds one. It's a beautiful moment.
There it is.
Of Eric Estrada.
All right, Izzy, here. Here, look. I believe. I believe.
You found one. I told you. I told you. Yes.
Okay, we've got to get this on the Leprechaun.
Leprechaun attacks Ozzy, starts hitting him with the buckle of his shoe.
Yeah, Leprechaun in a barn. That was another one for you.
Until Alex puts the 4-leaf clover in his slingshot that he has. Remember when kids all had slingshots?
Yeah, I thought it'd be good, because he's attacking Alex, isn't he, as well before this. And I thought it'd be great if he actually rolled Alex's head into that bear trap. But he doesn't.
Yeah, he balls the 4-leaf clover up, puts it in his...
this bit instead, yeah.
Puts it in his slingshot, and then says, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms," which I think is a dig at the company for pulling out of the advertising of the movie.
I believe it is, yes. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be that line.
Was it supposed to be?
Fuck you.
RoboCop.
Asshole.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Your luck just ran out. There you go. Found it.
Okay, very good.
It was supposed to be your luck just ran out, and they changed it to "fuck you, Lucky Charms."
Yeah.
Just because of that pull out of the general.
He said it straight down the camera lens as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
It was this film's Rambo scene, that firing it straight down the camera lens.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all, to be honest.
The clover, it goes straight into the mouth of the leprechaun, who falls back. And we get the best shot of the film now, as we get practical effects of the leprechaun.
Yeah, I like this.
Dissolving before it falls backwards into the well. The practical effects of the makeup design of the leprechaun itself was actually done by Gabe Bartalos, who has done makeup on... He did Army of the Dead recently.
Yeah,
the zombie effects on that. He did Blade.
He's done Friday the 13th Part 6. Jason Lives.
All the Leprechaun films, I think.
I think he's stuck around for those as well. Yeah, The Guyver, Darkman,
Basket Case,
Texas
2.
Chainsaw Massacre 2,
Fright Night 2, Brain Damage.
Not bad at all. There that he's got.
Yeah, and it is a really good design actually. Like
I like this bit. Yeah, I like the melting.
Yeah, and the melting leprechaun, the whole thing just looks so good. I mean, that would be done with CGI now and would look shit.
Yeah.
But this is all practical puppetry and it looks amazing. It falls backwards into the well. It does pop back up. And it's actually, I would say, it's Gabe Bartalos' makeup design and effects, as well as Warwick Davis and Mark Holden's performances, that make this a bearable watch. I mean, Warwick Davis carries the whole fucking franchise anyway. But
yeah, he has to.
I think it's those three things that actually make this bearable. Mark Holden being Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Mark Holton.
Fuck. Anyway, the leprechaun, he pops back up. He wants his gold. He's pretty much fully melted at this point. And just to add insult to injury, Nath, all he does is simply steps up and cold cocks him in the face with the butt of the shotgun. You thought this would be like his final,
yeah, look out. Yeah, here he comes. One last attack.
The leprechaun literally pops up, says he wants his gold, and just gets hit in the face. Pours gasoline into the well, ignites it ablaze. We get a nice but possibly excessive explosion of the well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And
Not sure what was down there to begin with, though.
Mrs. O'Grady.
Ozzy at this point says, I did a smart thing. I'm not sure what he's talking about there.
Maybe he shit himself.
Yeah, not sure what he's on about because he hasn't really done anything smart. Yeah, and then we just have the morning and 3 cop cars turn up.
Yeah, it's the dawn's happening, and then we hear a voiceover just so we know that the leprechaun isn't dead. Some very unusual rhyming here.
Yeah, I didn't get this bit.
It says, I shall not rest till I have me gold. Curse this well where my soul shall dwell, till I find me magic that breaks this spell.
Yeah. It's that first line that ruins the whole thing, to be honest.
It's dawn, police are turning up, it's the end, it's all over.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a leprechaun for you.
Bang. Finished.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Where's this ranking amongst the sequels as well? Is this one of your favourites? Is this your favourite, or did you prefer the laters?
I don't know. I mean, I like this one. I do like it. It's fun, isn't it? It's ridiculous, and obviously it's got the Jennifer Aniston tag to it.
Yeah, I think, you know what, this reminds me of Hobgoblins a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of just, I'll chase you, you chase me.
Yeah.
Shotgun blasts seem to just...
That was brilliant. I mean, as you said, he gets shot an awful lot in this, which is great. I like that. I like the fact that he just gets shot and he's useless, really.
Yeah.
I'd fancy my chances against him. Unless he just kept appearing where I'm not expecting it.
That's the thing I was watching. It's like, he must be the only sort of horror icon kind of person that gets the shit kicked out of him at all times.
Yeah. So as soon as he's just there, I mean, without the element of surprise, he's fucking useless. Joe, incidentally, must have been bloody useless to get pogo sticked to death.
Yeah.
Why would he not think that trike would be an unusual thing to just roll into himself?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that he's just like, oh well. I'll just
is that your favourite kill?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
It's the only kill that anyone ever remembers from this film.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I say the rest is like
bloody ridiculous.
The rest is like the old woman gets her neck snapped. You got pogo stick death. The cop gets his neck snapped.
There's a book called Death by Umbrella, another ridiculous deaths or something, by Really Awful Movies podcast, who did the Mine's Bigger Than Yours, which was the action films. It's a book about action films, but this one's about ridiculous deaths and stuff. And the Death by Umbrella was Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. And I've not read this one, but I'm pretty sure the pogo stick's got to be in there. Just purely for novelty value.
It's got to be.
Yeah. You'd be hard pushed to think of another one with a pogo stick.
Would you recommend this to people? Would you recommend the Leprechaun series?
Yes.
Why?
As a joke. No, I don't know. I like it. It depends who I'm recommending it to. I wouldn't recommend it to somebody who says, I want to watch a really scary film. No. Or if I want to watch a remotely good film, probably no. But I would recommend it to people who like cheesy shit films. Yeah, of course I would.
And also people who are obviously fans of Warwick Davis. I mean, he did actually decline to be in the Origins one. Was it Origins? No, what's the last one? Returns.
Returns.
He declined to be in that one, but he always, like, you can see he enjoys talking about them, and you can tell he's having a great time.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he seems to. Yeah,
in the role. So it is worth it if you do like Warwick Davis. Yeah, just mindless, especially later on. Like in the Hood ones are ridiculously just mental. Definitely worth a watch.
I think they're fun just because who else they get involved.
Yeah, they got like Method Man, Red
the
Man.
people they actually get involved in it. It's just like, what? So what? Did they not tell you what it was going to be about when you signed up for a film in the Hood? You just thought, yeah, another Hood film. Yeah, I'm in for that. And then you turned up and it was like, yeah, there will be a leprechaun, by the way. It was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, more on those films next St. Patrick's Day. That's something I look forward to, isn't it?
You cheeky bastards.
And it looks like we've run out of time. We'll bring this episode of the podcast to an end, unless you've got something you want to talk about, Kenneth.
No. You don't get a pitch on these bonus ones. But if you did, it would be Carl Weathers' versus a leprechaun.
Fine and dandy.
In the jungle.
Yes.
There you go.
Fine and dandy on the trail of a leprechaun in Leprechaun on a pogo stick.
Leprechaun in the jungle. Leprechaun on a plane.
Leprechaun in your mum.
Oh, okay.
And on that note, thank you, as always, to my co-host, Ken B. Wild.
Thank you.
Top of the morning to you, Kenneth.
It's been an absolute pleasure, so it has.
Oh, Kenneth, our little bollocks over here.
That's me.
So what did you think of Leprechaun? Are you a fan of it? Do you hate it? Do you prefer the sequels, or is the original the best one? Let us know. Email address, badmoviecult@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Letterboxd. If you want to discuss this week's episode with other cult members, you can. You just need to search the Bad Movie Cult discussion group on Facebook. All links will be available in the show notes. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can by simply leaving us an Apple Podcast rating or review, which is a massive help in getting us found by new listeners. You can also find all previous episodes as well as written reviews of films not covered on this podcast on our website. That's www.badmoviecult.com. Some of the written reviews we have on there includes Cupid. It includes Larmageddon. We've got King of the Kickboxers 2. We've got Black Christmas remake. All sorts of going on there.
The Halloween remake.
Halloween remake.
Rob Zombie's version.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff that we haven't covered on this podcast, and we probably won't. That's all on the website in written review form. If you want to do, check that out. www.badmoviecult.com. Please join us again next week when we'll be back with another movie review, deep dive, and film pitch. A return to normal right here on the Bad Movie Cult podcast.
Goodbye now, everybody.
Christ be Jesus.
Oh, you little bollocks. Dominic Lawton. Ken B. Wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
You see me hat? You see the buckles on me shoe? Why, I'm a leprechaun.